Welcome to the heart of the Cotswolds and the Spring-Summer 23 William Yeoward collections. This season I'm really thrilled to introduce the Pensthorpe collection to you all. So each season, as we start to think about new fabric collections or any of our collections, there are seeds of inspiration that start the process off for us. I suppose, if I'm honest, this particular collection feels very, very English. And why is that? Well, the last 2 to 3 years, we've all had to look at the world in a very different way. We've looked at the world and the spaces around us and the area around us with new eyes. Travel was limited, and I'll be the first to admit that I've normally always gone abroad, and in the last 2 years I've spent much more time travelling in the UK and having weekends away or visiting friends, and I suppose that that's where much of the inspiration came from. So the collection called Pensthorpe. Pensthorpe is one of Britain's oldest and most beautiful wildflower meadows in Suffolk. So that's one part of the collection. I went to Northamptonshire to visit friends, and we found this fantastic estate called Leveden. And Leveden was an estate where they started to build an Elizabethan manor house, but they never completed it. Around it, however, you have some of the oldest planned gardens in Britain, including an apple orchard that dates back to the Elizabethan era. Then we have Lechlade, and Lechlade is a really pretty town in Wiltshire, and very close by you have Kelmscott, and Kelmscott was the country home of William Morris, the grandfather of the arts and crafts movement. So all of these things, visit to Hatfield House with my mother last summer, where you have some of the best examples of Elizabethan architecture and interiors. It was also, in fact, the childhood home of Elizabeth I, and that also fed into this collection. Last but not least, we have Eden, a beautiful river. We spent a weekend in Kent, and this wonderful river Eden that meanders, that also came into the collection. So lots of very English starting points when it comes to inspiration for this collection. And our second collection for Spring-Summer 23 is a fabulous collection of indoor-outdoor fabrics. The collection is called Kraskita. When we started designing the collection, we really thought about the garden. The last 2 to 3 years have given us all a much greater focus on our outdoor spaces, the spaces that are an extension of our home, really. So it was really interesting to look at those outdoor spaces and think, well, how would we use Yeoward if we were to extend onto the terrace, extend into the garden, to go by the pool, or maybe we have a holiday home somewhere, whatever it may be. So it was very interesting to look at that and see that things that we would normally have thought about for indoor use can extend out into the garden, and of course it's become so much more important to us. So I'm really hoping that this very sophisticated, smart collection of textures and planes and patterns will enable people to put something together on their terrace or outside that is really, really beautiful. And weren't we lucky to be able to shoot this beautiful collection in this wonderful garden in Gloucestershire, including alpacas.